Pahrump Early Learning Academy, our goal is to provide a complete nurturing environment for the growth and development of the whole child, socially, emotionally, physically, and intellectually. Children are natural explorers and need hands-on experiences to help stimulate their own imaginations. We strive to meet the needs of each individual child at their developmental level through planned activities, plus help each child attain a higher level of achievement. Call 751-5335 for more information.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Tonight on News 46, town officials discuss the Fairgrounds project.
And give muscular dystrophy the boot.
And learn how you can can your own food. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell and Jason Koblenz. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Friday, May 16th, 2014. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Jason Koblenz for News 46.
The Pahrump Town Board discussed asking our congressional delegation to assist with the possible removal of restrictions regarding the fairgrounds property located on South Highway 160.
We have an opportunity to help this business grow. And by the way, I think I've heard once or twice people want a movie theater, they want all these amenities that these guys are going to put and you get to use. You have concerns. Well, they're the same concerns I've got. So I want this thing on the fairgrounds land because we got this captive audience coming here. And so we have a fairgrounds development that they're not going to be racing their car 24 hours a day. They bring their families with them. What's their families going to be doing? What are they all going to be doing when they're not driving the car around the track? They're looking for something to do. Now, should they go to Vegas and spend their money, or should they spend it in our community providing jobs, providing revenue through taxes and so on? Well, I'm for the latter.
Now, Frank Maurizio's put together a pretty good package. It looks pretty good. It's in the bylaw forming phase right now for the Private Well Owners Association, which will actually become a utility. Maybe there's a way there can be harmony where the racetrack can have their development, the development can take place, expand within reason, without harming or starting this utility which goes to the county, which could open the door to capping our wells. Maybe this Private Well Owners Association will be able to form our own utility so that the wells will be protected. I don't know enough. I'm learning. I'm participating. But I do support the racetrack as long as it doesn't interfere with a utility that will cap the wells.
Matt Lewis, Building and Grounds Manager. I think we have a lot at stake here. The statement's been made. I don't want that on the fairgrounds. In my opinion, if that's not on the fairgrounds, you will not have a fairgrounds. It's pretty cut and dried. We will never be able to finance that property on our own. I think I've heard every one of these board members speak about how important that fairgrounds is to the community. Forget the town, forget the county. Just think about the community in the future. If we get no more than power and water to that facility, we're ahead of the game. We've been working on it for over a year now, looking at the cost that will take to bring that to that facility. It's not going to happen on our own.
You just heard how expensive it is to put a water and sewer plant in, and they're willing to put it on our property. It's going to cost us nothing to have those services on our property. How can anybody be against that? You've heard our concerns, and Dr. Waters made a great motion that staff will look at our concerns and bring something back. I don't know how anybody can be against that. We're not passing anything tonight. We're just moving forward to address the concerns. We do care about the public's concerns. You've heard what we had to say. And when it comes back, hopefully it'll address those concerns, and we'll move on with the county, and we'll get this done, and we'll bring jobs into the town. And our place will just be a better place to live for all of us. The only thing that's growing so far, pick up the newspapers, sex offenders, criminal activity, drugs, that's all that's growing. And I say no to that. And I say yes to a quality life and good jobs. And this is a step in that right direction.
Move to direct staff to convey our suggestions and concerns to the county staff and the Board of County Commissioners, and work with the county on any potential lease.
Okay, that's a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Opposed? Motion carries 3-2.
And I do want to mention here at KPVM TV, our sponsors are so important. It helps us bring local news and information to you. And we'd like to thank Jim Marsh Kia for sponsoring our Board of County Commissioners and our town board meeting, as well as helping sponsoring editing of our news.
Nye County Sheriff's candidate Mark Zane is being accused of seizing the property of a local woman as collateral for attorney fees. Allegedly, the female signed a quitclaim deed drawn up by her attorney. The woman has been living in her home for 2 months on Dyer Street without power, according to reports. She said because Mark Zane changed the electricity into his name and shut off the power. The defendant is set to undergo trial in September of this year. The attorney's fee was for $25,000 originally. She bought her house for over $200,000. The woman has stated that she thought the quitclaim deed was a lien, not a conveyance to title to the property. The deed conveys her home to Tego LLC and TLC Nevada. Her attorney is the manager of Tego, while Mark Zane owns TLC Nevada. The matter has been sent to a senior judge to examine.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue firefighters and paramedics are out in a boot today collecting funds for MDA.
Today we're doing boot drive as we do annually for raising money for MDA to support all it does. It does everything from taking kids with muscular dystrophy to camp every year to just helping them to buy anything that they might need, a wheelchair, prosthesis, stuff like that. Anything that they might need, MDA helps to provide.
The firefighters have always taken on the MDA cause. Tell me what that means to you.
It means a great deal for me. It means I can support my community. We do have families out here that do take the need from MDA or the donations from MDA. So to be able to provide for my community that I work in, it means a great deal to me. This is the first time in 10 years we're allowed to kind of go in the streets like we've been past years that we haven't been able to do. So it's good to get out there and see people and talk to them. They get to ask us questions about the department that they might not normally be able to ask us. So it's good to get out and talk to people too.
And you guys usually get some more funds when you guys actually are out here on the road like this, because I know you guys have been kind of at the supermarkets and stuff, but this seems to bring in some more funds for the cause.
People, I think, they have change in their ashtray, whatever it may be. They're driving by. We get a lot more foot traffic. At the streets, it's a little safer. So in the afternoons, we're probably going to end up going out to the supermarkets again.
So people need to drive careful. You guys will be walking up and down. You're not really soliciting. You're just waiting for them to come to you, right?
Exactly. We have little flyers that we hand out where the money goes specifically. If people are curious, it tells you everything you need to know.
When will you guys be out here for the rest of the weekend? When?
We'll be out here the 16th, the rest of today, till about 5 p.m. And then the 23rd and 24th, right? 23rd and 24th of next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I believe.
There you go. Grab your change, grab your dollars, and fill the boot.
Absolutely.
Fill the boot! Fill the boot! Fill the boot for everything! Well, I guess we're feeling a little Canadian around here, are we? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, as we are about to head into the break, here's Jeff Simmons at the Pahrump Nugget.
Hello everybody, I'm Jeff Simmons here at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel Casino. We'll start off with our stage bar this weekend. We do have state-of-the-art. Come on down, check them out. That's what everybody likes to hear. And also on our casino drawings, every Friday and Saturday night from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. every half hour we have a cash drawing. Then at 9 o'clock every night, Friday and Saturday night, we have one person to play for Blooming Bucks and can win up to $750 cash. Then on the 31st, Saturday night at 9:30 p.m., we'll have a drawing for all the remaining leftover prizes that hasn't been claimed. So it'll be a minimum of $11,000. That's Saturday, May 31st at 9:30 p.m. And with the bingo, we got every Tuesday and Thursday at the 1 and 7, we're having balls on the wall. You get paid double. If you see any of the balls on our wall, we have there's 30 of them painted on our wall. If you bingo on any of those numbers, you get paid double. Then every Friday and Saturday at the 1 and 7, we have a $500 guarantee coverall, any level card. And Kathy over GoTown, she says have her paper only every day at 11 a.m. and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 and 1. That's paper only and no split pots over at GoTown. Looking forward to seeing everybody down here. Everybody have a great night. See you then. Bye-bye.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Integrity Taxi. Reliable, safe, and fun. Call Integrity Taxi at 751-1111.
Welcome back to News 46. The body of an 87-year-old Georgia woman who disappeared 2 weeks ago after her husband was found decapitated in their home has been discovered in the state's Oconee River, deceased. Investigators believe Shirley Durman was taken from her home near Lake Oconee after her husband, 88-year-old Russell Durman, was decapitated sometime between May 2nd and May 4th. The FBI put up more than 100 billboards in its search for the missing woman and offered a reward of $20,000 for information to her location or the arrest of the person responsible for her disappearance. No suspects have been named. Mr. Durman's head has still not been located.
A top official at the Department of Veterans Affairs has resigned amid the growing scandal about wait times and care at veterans hospitals. Dr. Robert Petzel was scheduled to retire sometime this year, the department said in 2013.
Wildfires continue to burn in Southern California despite progress made by firefighters. Fueled by dry air, wind, and years of drought, the fires have raced across San Diego's county, scorching more than 10,000 acres. At least one person has been killed and 20 homes have been destroyed. Firefighters found a badly burned body in a homeless camp not far from the city of Carlsbad. More than 15,000 residents have been evacuated.
And folks, when we come back, we'll have more on how to can food right after this.
I'm Norma Jean with Realty Executives in Action. Do you have any real estate plans for 2014? Why not put your plans in the hands of an executive? It costs no more to have the very best. Put our experience to work for you.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
The University of Nevada Cooperative Extension is teaching you how you can your own food.
We're here promoting our food preservation classes, which is a whole battery of various ways of canning. We do dehydrating, pressure canning, water bath canning, and pickling, which covers pretty much the whole spectrum. And we're here today to promote that, and we're cooking chili con carne and giving out samples to the people that come by. And
can people sign up for these classes?
Absolutely. You can sign up right here at the booth and express any interest they got in particular classes or all of them.
When people see this, it'll be after the Wild West Extravaganza, so how can they sign up?
Oh, and every time we have people coming for the first class, they want to take them all because they're so excited about it.
But they can come into the University of Nevada Cooperative Extension office located on the corner of Calvat and Dandelion and give us their names. They can call us at 775-727-5532.
What do these classes consist of?
Well, we start from the very beginning, the basics of absolute food safety first. With that, and it's all based upon the USDA guidelines. That is the latest edition of food preservation. Because the first thing we want to do is make sure nobody hurts themselves or poisons themselves. So we teach them the right way to do it, and we start right from the very beginning and go through the entire process. And the people that actually attend the classes get to take home a couple jars of the stuff we made for that class.
So, Rosalie, you were talking about people wanting to take the next classes. How many classes are there?
Well, we have the pressure canning, we have water bath canning, and we have the dehydration, which is really great, you know, especially for people that want to preserve their food, you know.
So these classes also meet the guidelines of what recently has been some classes that you took, right, recently, Debbie, on home food preparation.
Well, you know, a number of years ago, we went in, I'd say about 3 years ago, when we were certified as master food preservers. And because there's just so many thousands of people to this day still getting sick on home canning, so we're actually the only certified instructors in the state of Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
So you had something else that you wanted to add?
Well, I was just going to say, in addition to the classes we also teach pickling classes.
So once again, the phone number and location.
775-727-5532. Our address is at 1651 East Calvada Boulevard.
And here's Sharon D'Alessio with this week's Save a Pet.
Save a Pet, proudly brought to you by Draft Picks, located on Highway 160 and Postal Road.
Hi, my name is Sharon D'Alessio. I'm out here at the county shelter. We're located behind the courthouse at Ceres and Kitty Hawk. This is Ivy. She's 5 years old. She's not sterilized. She's a lap dog. She's a Norfolk Terrier. It would be $85 to adopt her, and that includes spaying her, her license, and rabies for the first year. So come out and see us. We'd love to see you. Our phone number is 751-7020.
Save a Pet, proudly brought to you by Draft Picks, located on Highway 160 and Postal Road.
And we got some tail wagging news, folks. Beginning soon, Tail's End will be actively adopting out pets every Saturday from 9 a.m. until noon at the Best Western on Highway 160.
Tail wagging. There you go. Here's Angela Miles with today's First Business Brief.
This is the First Business Brief for Friday, May 16th. I'm Angela Miles. GM is recalling 3 million cars and trucks. It covers Chevy, Pontiac, and Saturn cars dating back to 2004, along with newer model Cadillacs, Malibus, Corvettes, Tahoes, Silverados, and GMC pickups. Problems include brake light troubles, hydraulic brake malfunctions, defective tie rods, headlight issues, and faulty windshield wipers. A Senate panel votes to keep the federal highway bill going for the next 6 years, but it's not clear if Congress will get on a fast track to avoid a roadkill of that bill. The Department of Transportation predicts the Highway Trust Fund will go broke August 29th. Officials in several states are already said to be making plans to delay construction projects. And farmland values are falling after a 5-year boom. Prices in the Plains and Midwest tumbled 6.3% in the first quarter and are expected to continue to drop throughout the summer. That's the First Business Brief. I'm Angela Miles.
Thanks, Angela. Yeah, I like the tail wagging news.
It is. It's exciting, isn't it? Wagging tail.
So I'm excited about them having the active adoptions there at Best Western, because I know Lorraine Russo-Harper is there, and she's with Symphony Animal Foundation. They're going to be out there. They said they're not going to do it tomorrow because they heard that the winds are going to be 25 to 40, but we'll find out all about that.
And they're blowing all the puppies and kitties away.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. I want to be out there, though, and have some fun and hang out with the animals.
It will be a lot of fun, actually.
There's so many animals that are to adopt at Nye County Animal Shelter. You should give them a call at 751-7020. They're open until 2 p.m. tomorrow, and you can stop by and adopt a pet, and they're so wonderful.
And they would love to see you.
Get a puppy or a kitty, and you can't leave without one. So give them a call, and we'll find out about the weather and if the winds are going to be that high tomorrow and what's going on right after this break.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Friday, May 16th. Today we had partly cloudy skies and it was very hot outside. Today's high was 98 degrees. Your average temperature on this time of year is 89 degrees, so we were almost 10 degrees above what is average. Winds were coming from the southwest today at 6 miles per hour with gusts up to 11 miles per hour. It's pretty moderate. The UV index today was 10, which is very high. Humidity was at 13%. Sunrise was at 5:37 this morning, and the record high in 1937 was 107 degrees. Tonight we'll have partly cloudy skies with a low of 69 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 66 degrees. Winds will be coming from the north-northwest at 4 miles per hour with gusts up to 8 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 20%. Sunset will be at 7:44 p.m. And the record low in 1953 was 43 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have more partly cloudy skies with a high of 99 degrees and a low of 66 degrees, so an even warmer day tomorrow. Winds will be coming from the southwest at 7 miles per hour with gusts up to 15 miles per hour, some pretty moderate winds. Humidity will be at 18%, sunrise will be at 5:36 a.m., and the UV index will be 10. For our 7-day forecast, we'll have a mostly cloudy week, though we might be seeing some pure sunshine there on Friday. Your high temperatures are going to start off in the high 90s, going down to the mid-70s through Tuesday, and then it'll work its way back up to the 80s. Your low temperatures will be starting off in the mid-60s, going down to the mid-50s, and then back up to the mid-60s through these next 7 days.
Well, Children's Dentistry of Pahrump is proud to announce a day of giving back to Pahrump residents. On Tuesday, July 8th, Dr. Delisle and Dr. Yim will be performing free exams, including x-rays and one free filling or tooth extraction to patients who qualify. Both adults and children of all ages are welcome. For more information and to schedule appointments, call 751-2184.
And the annual Relay for Life Cancer Walk is this weekend at Petrick Park, starting at 6 p.m. tonight and ending at noon tomorrow. The Mamma Van will be there both Friday and Saturday, and the Luminaria ceremony will begin at 8:30 tonight. For more information, call Shannon Moore at 775-910-3329.
And folks, the victims of Comstock Park structure fire are in desperate need of temporary home for 2 adults and 2 children to stay in for 3 weeks. They need shelter immediately. Please call Donna at 751-5471 or Jason at 513-3685.
You know, we got that phone call earlier today saying that they were going to be out of the hotel that was provided by them for the Red Cross and that they need a home just temporarily because they have their hands on a single wide that they're going to be living in and they're going to be putting on that property, but it's going to take a few weeks to get there, so they are in desperate need. And once again, those phone numbers, 751-5471 or 513-3685, and see if you can help them out. And that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. We'll see you around town all this weekend, especially at that No to Abuse event tomorrow from 3 to 7 p.m. at the Pahrump Nugget, and Relay for Life, of course, as well. And don't forget that senior prom there at the Pahrump Senior Center tomorrow night. This is Deanna O'Donnell.
And Jason Koblenz.
Good night.
Good night.